Aberdeenshire Scotland is an incredibly beautiful place, and this is a shot that you've just seen of our home, where we've lived the last 2.5 years. Our family is now packing up and leaving to head back to Texas. But I wanted to show you another 10 places that I think are worth checking out in Aberdeenshire. And I say another because I've already put out a video called 10 of the best places in Aberdeenshire. And so I'll just go ahead and say it. There is way more than 10. There's way more than 20 great places to visit in Aberdeenshire. And so many of the places that you may love may not be in this video, but I hope that this just inspires you, if you live in Aberdeenshire or if you're visiting Aberdeenshire, to get out and explore and check out a little bit of the area. As you can see in just these few shots, there's so much to see, whether it's beautiful rivers and valleys through to these incredible coastal towns and these remote and beautiful beaches. There's so much to see. And so what I want to invite you to do is to sit back, relax, and enjoy seeing this beautiful, beautiful part of the world through the lens of my drone. I'm going to show you a short montage of what to expect in the next few minutes, and then I'll come back and tell you about each spot. First up, we have for you Stonehaven. Stonehaven is a beautiful haven. It's a beach right below Aberdeen, and it's a quintessential coastal Scottish town. It's just so picturesque and beautiful. There is a harbour on the south end of the town that's very beautiful and worth checking out, and then as you go further up north, there is a long stony beach that again is beautiful. Up on that northern end is one of our favourite fish and chip places called the Bay Fish and Chips. Definitely worth checking out if you are in town. But it really is a lovely little town. It's very close to Dunecht Castle, and so if you're checking out Dunecht Castle, which is in the other video, this may be worth checking out as well. Up next we have for you Paradise Woods. This is a lush, beautiful, secretive little place. You really have to be looking for it to find it, but it's got a kind of Garden of Eden type feel. It's on the banks of the Don River, just near Pitfeaky, if you look that up on a map. And it's this beautiful little walk down through the woods, these incredibly beautiful trees. Really, some of them are quite big, and it's a great place to go and visit. Balmedie Beach is also a great place to visit. It has these huge sand dunes. It's just north of Aberdeen, near the wind farms that are on the northeast coast of Aberdeen. And our kids really enjoy getting to go there and play, as you can see here. I included this shot here in particular because I wanted you to get an idea of the size and the scale of these sand dunes. They really are quite ginormous. But our kids love, well, they don't love climbing the sand dunes, but they do love getting to run and jump back down the sand dunes. Great place to go and visit as long as you've got some sun and a bit of time to have some fun together. Worth checking out. Okay, so this next place is the Dee Valley, and it's not a very specific place because the Dee Valley is actually a really big and beautiful part of Aberdeenshire, but I'm including the whole valley because it's all worth checking out. This is out the very end of the Dee Valley, these shots here, out past Braemar, which this is a great place to stop and to get in some of the scenery. And then this place is back further along towards Aberdeen, it's Bennachie. And anywhere from Aberdeen to Bennachie, from Bennachie to Braemar, it's all worth checking out. It is so beautiful no matter what time of year you go. Just out of Bennachie, there's this beautiful little waterfall off the side in this place called the Falls of Few. I'm probably butchering that name, but it's worth checking out too. Up next, we have Dunecht Estate. We've really enjoyed, this isn't too far from Kintor where we lived, and we've really enjoyed going to Dunecht to just walk and enjoy the grounds. It's this really sprawling estate that has gardens and trees and farming and all sorts of stuff. There's a golf course there. And so you can see in the center of this estate is the old estate house, which is an incredible building in and of itself. And then off to the side, there is this lovely pond which is always seemingly serene and so peaceful. And so the grounds are worth going to explore. You'll find on any nice day there are tons of people out walking or running, people riding their horses. It really is a beautiful, beautiful part of Aberdeenshire. Tarlair Pool is a little bit of a random one, but it's this vintage abandoned swimming pool that was popular many years ago. But it's just on the north coast of Aberdeenshire, and so it's just outside of Macduff and Banff, which are twin towns just to the west of Tarlair Pool. But it's this kind of really eerie and yet beautiful, unique place to go and visit. And if you walk up from Tarlair Pools, you'll get this view out across the northern coast of Aberdeenshire. Now, having looked at the northern coast, let's go across to the eastern coast of Aberdeenshire to one of my favorite places, which is Hackley Bay. Hackley Bay is a part of the Forvey Nature Reserve, and so it sits between Colliston and Newborough. And it's only accessible by hiking, and that's why it looks so serene and beautiful, because it really is in the middle of nowhere, and that's not going to change anytime soon. It does take, no matter which way you come at it, it's going to take you about 30 or 40 minutes to get to. But the hike is well rewarded, because this is, in my mind, one of the most beautiful beaches in all of Aberdeenshire. So if you get a chance, check out Hackley Bay. Now, if I had to pick a favorite of any of my places in this video, it would be this one. This is Millstone Hill. And the reason I love Millstone Hill is because it gives you what I think is the best view of Bennachie, which is the most picturesque and iconic mountain in all of Aberdeenshire. So there's Bennachie in the back of this shot, and Millstone Hill itself is a really nice little loop that you can do, a hike up and around just south of Bennachie, the main mountain of Bennachie. Now, speaking of Bennachie itself should absolutely be in this video. It's a great place to go and see out and across all of Aberdeenshire and across to Aberdeen itself. And so this mountain, this part of the mountain is called Mithertap, and that's the iconic place that everybody loves to hike up to and check out. And so no matter what time of year, whether it's in summer like those first shots or in winter like in these shots, it's an incredible, beautiful place to go and to visit. And again, if anybody's talking about Aberdeenshire, often Bennachie will come up in conversation, again, because it just stands out so uniquely on the landscape. The final place that I have for you today is the Bullers of Buchan. This is just north of one of our other favorite places in Aberdeenshire, Slains Castle. And when I say just north, it really is just north, not very far at all. But there's these beautiful cliffs with all this sea life. Apparently some times of year you can see puffins there, which we didn't see any, but I'd love to at some point. But you can see it just is this very, very spectacular place with these cliffs and these caves. Definitely a place that you want to be careful because the cliffs are quite sheer. There's no guardrails, but you can get around and explore and just see all the beauty that the Bullers of Buchan, and again, I'm probably butchering that name, but all that it has to offer. The final image I wanted to leave you with was one of our home, what has been our home for the last 2.5 years in Kintor. This has been our house, and this is the village that we've really enjoyed living in. And so I feel like that's a good end cap to this time that we've spent in this incredible part of the world. I do hope that you've enjoyed following along with us and getting to see Aberdeenshire through our eyes a little bit. I do encourage you, as I always do, that if you have an opportunity, get out and explore. And even if you don't live in Scotland, or if you don't have the chance to visit Aberdeenshire, go out and enjoy this beautiful, beautiful world that we live in. Thanks for watching.